Hey everybody, I got about 7 minutes or less to do this in, so I'm going to do it as quickly as possible. I just got to work, so that's why. On this Saturday morning, last Saturday in November, part of Thanksgiving weekend, and I thought I'd just kind of talk about this real quickly. It's been about 12 days now, or 15 days, basically, it's been about 15 days since the Nintendo released the NES Classic, and as you know, when the NES Classic first came out, then no matter where it was sold, whether it was physically online, like at a store here, or Target, or Kohl's, or Toys R Us, Best Buy, you name it, or even online at some of the websites for Walmart, Target, Kohl's, Best Buy, Toys R Us, or even Amazon, that they were being bought up by the bundle. And the reason they were being bought up basically was because the people buying a whole bunch of them, either in groups, either as part of groups or individually, was because they were scalping them. In other words, they were selling them for inflatable prices that were way more than what was originally intended for. See, the NES Classic, which was Nintendo's first official plug-and play game that had HDMI output and everything, and was done by Nintendo themselves, no licensed out to anybody. When Nintendo did this, a lot of people were happy about it, but the original intended price that they had for the consumer was about $60. So, unfortunately, because these scalpers came out and did what they did, and now selling it online at eBay and even Amazon themselves and places like iOffer and all that, and Craigslist for unbelievable prices, now places like Walmart here, and places like Amazon, Target, Kohl's, Toys R Us, and even the online counterparts like Walmart.com, Target.com, Kohl's, you name it, the online portions of those franchises have raised the prices of the NES Classics to the prices that people are charging them for, due to the fact that these scalpers have taken so much, basically bought up the whole stock and supply, and have decided to sell it at those outrageous prices. So the reason companies like this are doing this now, retailers are doing this in store and online, is one, they know it's going to stop the scalpers from coming around and buying up all the NES Classics when more come out, as well as they know that it'll also, in a sense, help them catch the scalpers that try to buy them and sell them. How? Because if someone is dumb enough to spend $1,000 almost, or a little over that, for, let's say, 5 NES Classics, and try to sell them, then they'll know who that is, because in a sense, stores do have your record of your purchases on. They have a record of your purchases on file, so they'll know exactly who did it, and they can trace that. So basically, the point being that even though the NES Classic right now, from a retail standpoint, is in the 200s or less, it's because it's to prevent scalpers from doing this again. And the reason scalpers do this is because of one reason. They may have the money to buy the system, they may have the money to rent or own their own home, pay bills and all that, but they always want that extra cash, and they figure the best way to get the extra cash is to get the hottest new item and sell it for outrageous prices like they've done before. And this, as shown in the past, can help prevent it. Will the NES Classic go back down in price? Absolutely. Go back to its regular price? Absolutely. But until that time, this is what you got to pay, because one, it's going to slow down the scalpers, and two, it's going to catch the scalpers, believe it or not, in the process. So that's my thoughts on this whole on people scalping the NES Classic for outrageous prices and why it's been raised in price at retailers. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I am out.